What is it when you go without alcohol for 30 or 60 or 90 days or just decide you're not going to drink anymore? Is that an alcohol fast? Well, so people call it a challenge. I would actually say you're fasting from alcohol. What if you decide to give up smoking? Are you fasting from tobacco? Actually, you are. Right? And so going without is something that we can do. And what about this? When you do cryotherapy, you might take a cold shower, the way I've been recommending. You might do that sort of a thing. Are you going on a heat fast? I would say probably not. But you are exposing your body to a lack of something so that it can be tougher. And there it's a lack of heat. And you're saying, hey, body, I guess you should learn how to turn on some heat. Because if you can't, you might freeze to death. And you know what the body does? Because the body's incredibly stupid. It goes, oh, wow, there might be an ice age. I guess I should get rid of all my old, slow cells and replace them with young cells. Same thing happens when you're fasting. The body says, oh, wait, you mean there might be a famine next week? Holy crap. I better find every cell, every mitochondria, everything in here that can't stand up for that. And I better tell them to get out of Dodge. I'm going to actually throw them away and build new ones. I'm going to need some energy to do that. And then it says, wait a minute. When you're not eating protein, I have all this extra protease floating around. Now I have the energy to break down those cells that are weak and old and disadvantaged. And I'm going to kick them out and I'm going to build young, strong, powerful cells. That's kind of cool. So anytime you make it briefly tough on the body will become stronger in response unless you do it too much. And this is the problem. You get people to say exercise is good, so I'm going to run 10 miles a day until they blow out their knees and they overtrain and then they lose their hormones, they get too much cortisol and their testosterone drops and they end up being classically overtrained. This happens quite a lot. And you get people who say, oh, I'm going to eat a certain way, and they actually become anorexic or orthorexic, which is another thing like that. You can take anything that works too far. And the point of fasting is actually to tell the body, there will be brief periods. You don't know how long they're going to be, but brief periods where you don't get what you think you need. Because when the body tells you you need something, it is lying to you most of the time. It is saying you want something because it's going to die when it doesn't get something it needs. If you want to feel need, hold your breath. Hold your breath for at least 2 minutes. Most of us can't do that without some training. But if you can do that, that feeling, that is real need because you really start to die after about 3 minutes without oxygen. The rest of that stuff, you've got days without sleep, days without water, and months without food. And everything else is where we play with. Minimal discomfort for you during the brief period, maximum input and impact on the body during this period. So the body will do it while you kind of sit back and relax. Or you could be one of those old-fashioned people that says, I want to suffer along with my body. And look, if you want to do it, go suffer. Suffering can be fun if that's what you're into. I just have stuff to do. I've got to finish this podcast and I want to go play with my kids. So I'm not going to suffer when I fast. I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to feel fantastic about cheating during my fast, but I'm going to cheat in a way that allows my fast to still succeed. And if you can do that, I think you'll be better off than just drinking water.